What separates the rich from the rest isn't how much money they earn, but how they spend it once they have it. While ordinary people purchase luxury cars and fancy homes to feel successful, the truly wealthy understand something most will never grasp: their most valuable asset cannot be manufactured or bought in a store. It's time itself. The rich buy time. The poor buy things. Consider the daily lives of two people. One works 50 hours a week and comes home exhausted, spends Saturday cleaning the house, Sunday doing laundry, and evenings cooking meals. Every minute outside of work feels occupied by tasks. The other does essentially none of these things. They hire someone else to handle household chores. They use grocery delivery services. They purchase meals prepared by personal chefs. The first person is trading time for money. The second person is trading money for time. This fundamental difference in perspective shapes everything about wealth accumulation and lifestyle. When most people earn more money, their instinct is to upgrade their surroundings. They buy bigger houses that require more maintenance. They purchase luxury vehicles that demand constant attention. They acquire possessions that consume their days. None of these purchases buy them freedom. Instead, they create new obligations that steal their time away. The time-money paradox.
I'm glad you came. And the answer would be, in my particular case, it would be going through the 20,000 pages.
Warren Buffett exemplifies this principle better than almost anyone alive. Despite being worth over $100 billion, he still lives in the same modest home in Omaha that he purchased for $31,500 in 1958. Every morning, he stops at McDonald's and orders breakfast for under $4. He has not updated his lifestyle despite having accumulated unfathomable wealth. Many people mock this behavior, assuming someone with such resources should live lavishly. But Buffett understands a principle they miss entirely: frugal living is not about deprivation. It is about freedom. By not chaining himself to expensive properties, staff requirements, and luxury maintenance needs, Buffett keeps his time liberated.
Early in Amazon's history, Jeff Wilke came to me one day. He worked for Amazon for a quarter of a century, but this is when he probably knew me only for a year. And he said,
Jeff Bezos operates differently, but with the same underlying philosophy. Rather than buying things, he invests heavily in systems and people who manage his time. He delegates decisions ruthlessly. He employs executive assistants to handle everything from scheduling to household management. He outsources virtually every task that does not require his direct intellectual contribution. The result is that Bezos can focus his finite hours on activities that move his companies and ventures forward. He is not stuck in traffic commuting to work because he employs drivers. He is not standing in grocery stores because delivery services handle shopping. He is not stuck in meetings about irrelevant details because trained professionals filter those away. The difference between these two approaches is interesting. Buffett minimizes his financial commitments to stay time wealthy. Bezos maximizes his spending on services to stay time wealthy. Both arrive at the same destination: complete control over their calendars and how they spend their days. Building systems that work without you. The wealthiest entrepreneurs understand that systems multiply their impact. When Brian Chesky built Airbnb, he did not personally manage properties or handle customer interactions. He created a system that operates independently of his direct involvement. Billions of dollars flow through Airbnb every year, yet Chesky is free to work on whatever strategic decisions matter most. The business generates income whether he is in the office or traveling the world.
One of the biggest technological advances, it's not the newest, but robotics and automation for fulfillment is a hugely important component. It's like a lot of...
Similarly, Shopify founder Tobias Lu built an ecosystem of interconnected tools and services. Merchants use the platform, money flows through the payment system, inventory management happens automatically, and none of it requires his hands-on attention. Once a system is built and running smoothly, it buys back enormous amounts of time that can be redirected toward even larger opportunities. This is the path most people never understand. They believe that the only way to earn more is to work more hours. If they want to double their income, they work double shifts. This works until they run out of hours in the day. A person earning $50 per hour can work at most 24 hours daily, which caps their income at $1,200. But someone who builds a system that generates $50 per hour infinitely can earn hundreds of thousands. The system works while they sleep. Where poor and rich diverge, poor and working class people are forced into a time for money trap. They must be present to earn. A server cannot earn tips without working their shift. A nurse cannot earn wages without being at the hospital. A freelancer cannot bill hours without delivering those hours. Their income scales only with the number of hours they personally invest. Over decades, this ceiling becomes insurmountable. There are only so many hours available, and even working constantly will only generate so much income. Wealthy people escape this trap by building passive income streams, buying appreciating assets, creating intellectual property, and developing systems. An author spends months writing a book, but once published, it generates income for decades without additional work. An investor purchases rental properties that generate monthly revenue. An entrepreneur builds a software platform that serves thousands of customers automatically. These approaches take longer to implement, but they ultimately free the person from the requirement to trade hours for dollars. The transition from selling time to buying time requires a mindset shift. When you have money, the first instinct is to spend it on visible symbols of success. A sports car announces achievement. An expensive house impresses visitors. Luxury goods signal status. But these purchases are consumption, not investment. They make life temporarily feel better while actually making life more complicated. Each luxury item adds maintenance requirements, insurance costs, security needs, and ongoing obligations. Redefining what wealth really means, true wealth is measured in freedom, not possessions. A person who owns 5 cars, maintains 3 homes, and requires constant attention to their lifestyle is imprisoned by their wealth. They are not free. They are slaves to the systems required to maintain their possessions. Meanwhile, someone with minimal material commitments and significant passive income can wake up whenever they choose, work on projects that interest them, and spend time with people they love. They have purchased the most valuable commodity, autonomy over their own schedule. This principle applies regardless of current income level. A person earning $40,000 per year can begin thinking like the wealthy by making different choices. Instead of buying an expensive car that will consume time through repairs and payments, they could purchase reliable transportation and invest the difference in income-generating assets. Instead of paying for services mindlessly, they could evaluate which tasks are genuinely holding them back and which could be eliminated or delegated for a small fee. A parent might spend $30 for a house cleaning service to free up 6 hours that could be invested in a side business or in rest and recovery. The insight that transforms lives is realizing that money is not the goal. Time is the goal. Money is simply a tool to buy more time. Once someone understands this distinction, their spending patterns change entirely. They stop chasing status symbols and start investing in anything that expands their available hours. They hire help not because they are lazy, but because they respect their own time as their most precious asset. They outsource, delegate, and systematize aggressively because they understand that every hour freed is an hour available for something that matters. Most people spend their entire lives treating money as scarce and time as unlimited. The wealthy flip this equation. They treat time as scarce and money as the tool to buy more of it. This single shift in perspective, applied consistently over years and decades, explains the gap between those who accumulate vast wealth and those who remain stuck in the cycle of trading hours for dollars. The rich buy time while the poor buy things because the rich understand that in the end, time is the only thing that cannot be created, earned, or purchased in any amount. It can only be spent wisely or wasted foolishly. The choice remains entirely yours.